Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Talk of the Crown, which is actually episode 16. Now, I haven't got any fake news to begin with, but it's really, really hot here in the UK. It's absolutely baking. We've had I think it must be about 3 weeks now of really hot weather. Everything is dry. We haven't had so much as a drop of rain, well, certainly not in Shropshire anyway. So it is absolutely baking. So I may be using this fan for more than just fake news tonight. So let's keep it open. In fact, I'm keeping the fan open. So I hope you've all had a really voluptuous royal week where you are. I know I have. There has been so much going on, and I've kind of been a little bit torn this week between calling it a Holyrood week special. And there's been quite a few specials it could have been. It could have been Holyrood week special. It could have been Prince Charles and Camilla's tour of Wales. It could have been the Order of the Thistle as part of that, or it could have even been football. Of course, the World Cup is going on right now, and England have just won their game. And I think it's the semi-finals we've gone into. I'm not a massive, huge football follower, but the team is doing so well. Who can't follow? And of course, the Queen had the guards playing outside Buckingham Palace our kind of unofficial song of Three Lions on a Shirt, which is kind of our football, our national football song. I think it goes back to around about 1996. So I was torn between what to call this week. And also there's London Gay Pride going on. So I didn't really know what to wear. So I've opted for a pink shirt with my nan's actual Scottish brooches. And if you have a look, they're kind of like Scottish stag heads and Scottish plume. In fact, I think that the actual make is called Scottish plume. So, as always, the format is exactly the same. I am live 10 o'clock GMT, and I will go and find the live chat so that I can talk to you. And I like to do it on my phone these days because it's a lot quicker, actually. Aha, I think I found you all. So let's change it so that I can see all of the people that are here. Okay, I can see Candice, Van Al Girl. I can see Sue Miller, Stacey Lamb, Diamond Dene, Soliarda 222. Em is here, and Dee Dee, and Finlay Briggs, James Med 4, the first Mrs. R, Melody, Maggie, Christine, David Soriano Garcia, Kathy, Corrie, Maria, Gerald, H.J. London, Laurie Clark, Rodney Jackson, Liz Ross, Clay Edwards, Jane Edwards, Maria Montes, Deirdre, Gerald, Rhonda, Sue, Christine, Deborah, wow, H.A. Bracken, and Evelyn. I think I've got through all of you. If I've missed your name, I am sorry. It was very, very quick. Okay, lots of people saying, been watching Wimbledon all day. Yes, that has been going on too. Christine says, am I wearing shorts? Yes, and no, you can't see. Legs off for walking on, not to be seen. Let me see. I've probably missed loads of questions. Gerald says, have I received anything to open? Yes, that was my next thing. Okay, let me get them. Be prepared. Hang on. Okay. Get them up. Okay. This is what I've received to open today. My goodness. And that. Wow. Okay, so what I've done, as you can see, I've pre-opened the flaps, but I haven't looked inside. I've been very good. I'm always very, very good with gifts. I never look until I'm either making a live video about opening them or I save them for my live chats. And I quite like saving them for the live chats these days because it's quite nice for you all to see. Oh, hello to His Majesty the King, our resident moderator, who will keep you all in check. So please do behave. Hello to Jojo and Sweet Serenity. I don't think I've said hello to you. Lots of people saying they like the outfit. Maria says her legs have to be seen. Corey says, it's very kind of you to skip Pride in order to be with us. Well, it's London Pride going on right now, so it's quite a little bit away from me. So I haven't really skipped anything, but I do wish everyone who has attended London Pride a very happy Pride, and I hope they've had a really amazing day. Sue Miller says, fake news going mad this week. For example, Catherine is pregnant with baby number 4. I'm calling that fake news. Where's my fan? Okay, fake news. There is no evidence whatsoever that Catherine is pregnant with baby number 4. Although I have always said all along that I do think there will be a baby number 4, but Definitely not yet, and certainly nothing confirmed. Rumour number 2, apparently Beatrice is pregnant with baby number 1. Again, we have absolutely no evidence whatsoever of this, so I'm giving that a fake news fan flap. And, oh my goodness, Camilla attacked Meghan. Did she? Who knows this stuff? Fake news. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started. All fake, I'm calling it all fake. HJ London says, Elliot, I love the video of your lovely garden. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. I did say in the live chat last week, in fact, someone mentioned, I can't remember who it was, but someone said about how is my Princess Diana Clematis doing. So I thought, well, if I show you the Princess Diana Clematis, I've also got to show you some of the rest of my garden too. That would only be fair. So if you haven't seen that video already, please do go and check it out. Hello to Bisa, I hope I've said that correctly, from Kosovo. I don't think I've ever had a viewer from Kosovo before. So hello to everyone in Kosovo, all my Kosovian friends. Deirdre's laughing at my legs are for walking, not for seeing. That is true. Nora says it's warm in Saskatoon and most of Canada. I probably said that completely wrong. Yes, it is very, very, very hot. Oh, it's windy. Oh, no, not windy. It's Wendy. I can't read this small writing. It's Wendy. Wendy from Canada. Oh, Gerald says the small one may be yours. Well, okay, shall I open the small one? Let me know if you want me to open the small one now, and then I'll keep the other 2 for a little bit later. Let me know if you want to see the small package. HJ London says, oh my God, you have received an early Christmas. What a stash. Open, open. Do you want the small one now? Sweet Serenity is laughing at fake news. Jamie says, I might be wrong, but I think I see Mount Vernon on your picture. Did an essay on George Washington before in school. Would love to visit there one day. And of course, that is to M, not about the chart. Hello to China Michelle. What a name. Rhonda says, I just noticed the mini Duke and Duchess of Sussex on the desk. It's so cute. It is. In fact, that came with the big, massive cutout. That came with the absolutely humongous life-size cardboard cutout I received. And I got a little mini one, and I haven't ever had the chance to use it yet, but seeing as Meghan and Harry have been out doing a few engagements this week, I thought I'd bring them out. Okay, a lot of people saying, yes, 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 open the small one. Okay, I'm going to open the small one. So it's a small package. I pre-opened the flap. So I had a little feel. It feels very small. Now I always see if there's, okay. Okay, the card just says thank you for the order. So no name on that one. Okay, right. So it's all empty. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is really weird because even though I know what items I put on my wish list, when they come, I'm always really surprised about what they are. Wow, okay. It's the little pin badges. Oh my goodness, look. Okay, I don't know if can you see through the cellophane? But they are royal badges. There's Queen Elizabeth I, there's Henry VIII, Queen Victoria, and Richard. Wow, Richard III. My goodness. Wow. Okay, I'll give you a closer look. Can you just about see Victoria? Wow, so these are badges. I added these to the list because I thought I could wear them, just wear them randomly, or if ever anything comes up in the week about them, or when I start making videos about historical royal videos, I can wear them for that. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Let me check who it was because there's no note. It was Gerald. Thank you, Gerald. It's always nice to know who it is. Thank you so much, Gerald. I really do appreciate them. And I really look forward to being able to wear them. In fact, I may wear one next week. Let me know in the comment section below who I should wear next week. Should I wear Richard III, Elizabeth I, Henry VIII, or Queen Victoria? Let me know. Lots of people say, Joan says, love these. HJ London says, fun badges. Maggie says, nice. Oh, by the way, I have added some extra items to the wish list. So the link is in the description of this video, so do go and check that out when you've finished, if you want to support the channel, if you want to see me open anything, and there's all kinds of things on there, so do go take a look, including I've added some more backdrop flags. So if you want to see me with some different backdrops, the option is there. Do go take a look. Lots of people saying nice badges. Now, let's start with the big story of the week. It has been Royal Week, Holyrood Week. In fact, in England, we tend to call it Holyrood Week because the Queen stays at the Palace of Holyrood House, which is the official sort of palace seat of the monarchy in Scotland. However, the Scots tend to call it Royal Week. So that's why sometimes in the videos I might use Royal Week, or I've used Holyrood Week, or a combination of both. But they both refer to exactly the same week. And that is a week when the Queen officially goes to Scotland and does lots of Scottish engagements. She attends the ceremony of the keys, which is a kind of official ceremony of the keys being offered to the Queen, but she doesn't reject them, but she kind of hands them back and kind of makes a little speech saying that she's confident that the governors of Edinburgh, the Scottish Parliament, and all the councillors of Edinburgh are doing a good job and that they should carry on. So she's kind of offered it and then kind of gives it back, if you like. Then we have the Order of the Thistle while she's there, and we saw Prince William and Princess Anne attend, and that all looked really, really good. Do go and check out those videos. And then lots of, there was an investiture as well. So lots goes on during Holyrood Week. It lasts 5 days. And there you go. I've covered, I think, pretty much all of it. But throughout that time, we've also had Charles and Camilla doing a tour of Wales, which was really, really good. And they looked like they were having so much fun as well. And lots of other royals were out doing work too. And of course, we did see Harry and Meghan attend a polo match. So if you want to talk about any of those subjects, do let me know. And also, Harry and Meghan attended the Commonwealth Youth Forum, where Harry also made a speech. So I've just thrown a few things out there in case it may spark some questions. Jojo says, saw it, loved it, thanks for showing us your lovely garden, of course, referring to my garden video. Thank you so much. If you would like to see more garden videos, let me know what you'd like to see. Corey says, people are sending you presents. How do they know where to send them? I set up an Amazon wish list purely because people in the chat about 6 months ago now, I think it was, were saying that they'd like to send me things, and not just to my PO box address, but they'd like to send me things to support the channel. So I said that I would set up or look into an Amazon wish list, which is where I add items to the wish list, and as long as you've got an Amazon account, which I'm sure is easy to set up, you can sort of click on it and purchase it, and it gets sent to me directly. So you don't ever know what my address is or anything like that, but Amazon will just send it to me. And then obviously, as I've been doing over many weeks, I will keep it, and I will either make an opening video on it in particular, or I will save it and open it for you guys in the live chat. So if you want to contribute, the option is there. The link is in the description, so do follow that and it will take you straight to the list. Okay, hello to David Penner, I think he's just joined us. Richard McIntyre says your garden is fab. Thank you so much. It's a lot of work, but I do like my roses, and the Princess Diana clematis is really special. I do love that too. Okay, lots of people saying they want to see me wear the Queen Victoria badge, although Millie wants Richard III. Maria says, is talking to Arnold Sanders, but says, I heard Meghan's brother, that's one of the reasons he's in Rosarito with Dad. Okay. More Markle debacles, I'm sure. There's a new Markle debacle each week. Hello to HRH, the Duchess of Cambridge. I hope you're the real one, on maternity leave, of course. Why not watch me while you're on maternity leave, of course. Arnold Sanders says, it's so nice to see the portrait of Queen Charlotte next to the Queen and Charles. It is. But while we're on the subject of that video, I would like to point out, just in case any of you didn't read the fact that it's a parody video. So England won the football match today, and somebody out there, I have no idea who, cobbled together a bit of a spoof video using real footage of the Queen and Prince Charles, but they added onto the TV screen the football match. And they've edited it so that it looks very much like the Queen and Charles are watching the football game, which I thought was really, really funny. So just in case any of you were thinking that's real, it's not. I did put in the pinned comment on there that it's fake, it's spoof, it's a parody. I did put on the main heading that it's a parody. So I hope none of you thought that was real. It's real footage of the Queen and Charles, but it's not them actually watching the football game. It's just the way it's been cleverly edited. But I thought I'd share it with you anyway because I found it really funny. Christine says, I liked the Queen and Prince William in their robes this week. Yes, the Order of the Thistle in their sort of bottle green robes, and they looked absolutely amazing. It is, of course, the counterpart Scottish version of Order of the Garter. It's the highest order of chivalry. And of course, the Queen is the font of that. And every year she has this meeting at the Order of the Thistle. H.A. London says, the service of the Order of the Thistle was amazing. The regalia was impressive and loved your explanation of it all. Yes, in between some actual footage, I included little snippets of information about the ceremony and the regalia. So if you haven't seen that, do go and check that out. Maria says, Princess Diana, Kitties has been on the scene now. Yes, while I was doing my video of the Princess Diana Clematis, my cat Molly was there too. So if you want to see Molly, please check that out. Stimula says, Richard III, he was the first to be king, then Henry VIII, then Elizabeth I, and last Victoria. Yes, in that order. You are correct. Mary James says, love the clothes they wear during Holyrood week. Yes, I mean, the regalia and the outfits are amazing. And the Queen, during a garden party at Holyrood this week, wore an outfit strikingly similar to Hyacinth Bouquet. So do go and enjoy that fun video I made, kind of comparing those outfits. And also in that video, I take a look at how Princess Diana, or Diana, Princess of Wales, also wore clothes slightly similar to Hyacinth Bouquet. If you don't believe me, do go and check that out. Sweet Serenity says, Harry looks wonderful, and it really is delightful seeing him looking so well. It is, he looks very happy. And Meghan in that sort of, okay, you're probably going to slate me for it. Meghan looked absolutely stunning, but I am going to call the colour Big Bird Yellow. It was definitely Big Bird Yellow. I've seen that colour before. I never forget a colour, and that is Big Bird Yellow. Big Bird of Sesame Street. That is most definitely Big Bird Yellow. But she wore the colour amazingly. Yellow, and especially Big Bird Yellow, is exceptionally difficult to wear. It's really difficult to pull off. I mean, I couldn't wear it. My skin tone is just, it would wash me out. It would completely wash me out. I'm totally the wrong skin tone. Meghan looked amazing in Big Bird Yellow. I think we're going to see a trend, an explosion in Big Bird Yellow, because she looked stunning. I believe it was an American designer. She just looked stunning, and she looked so proud watching Prince Harry make that speech. It was definitely the look of love. Please let me know your thoughts on the Big Bird Yellow dress and Prince Harry's speech and how proud Meghan looked of him. Janet Fox says, hello, finally I get to be here live. Thank you for all your videos. I really had no idea the royal family were as busy as they are, and parades at this time of year, such wonderful tradition. Yes, I mean, that's only some of it. I've had to miss out, some bits because I've got my day job, and I tried to bring you the highlights this week, and there have been so many. So yes, the royal family are always busy at all times of year, apart from perhaps slightly in the summer when they are pretty much all on their summer break. And there's a little bit of a lull, I suppose, during August. But then come September, they are all back in force. Sharon Nichols says, love your garden. More videos from there would be lovely. I mean, I could film some videos of me talking about the royal family from my garden. David Penner says, can I explain what is Holyrood Week? Well, I think I did give a brief explanation of what it is. It's a week in the year, the same time every year, where the Queen and members of the royal family officially travel to Scotland. The Queen stays in the official seat of monarchy in Scotland, which is the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh, and she takes on a series of engagements, kind of like the sorts of engagements she does all the time in London, you know, investitures, garden parties, certain ceremonies, the Order of the Thistle, which is its counterpart in England is the Order of the Garter. So she gets to do all those things in her other kingdom, which is Scotland, because let's not forget that before James I, Scotland and England were separate kingdoms, and it was James I and the 6th of Scotland. So he was the 6th of Scotland, but the 1st of England. When Elizabeth I died, when he inherited the throne, he united the two kingdoms, and that's why we have the United Kingdom. So, of course, the Queen's is also, you know, Queen of Scotland. It's a little bit confusing, but she's Queen of the United Kingdom and Britain, but she's also a kind of like separate Queen of Scotland, separate Queen of England, but it's a United Kingdom. So, of course, she's symbolically doing a lot of things that she would do normally in England, but in Scotland, and she does it all during this 1 week. And I hope that, I mean, that is a very, you know, scaled down version of what Holyrood Week is. Marilyn Blythe says, I loved your garden video. Your flowers were so beautiful. Thank you so much. I do love my David Austin roses. They are my favourite brand of rose. Mrs. VSN says, hello to you. HA London says, what is the weather prediction for the next few weeks? As far as I'm aware, it's still sunny. And in fact, I think it's given out another, you know, 3 to 4 weeks of really good weather. Pam G says, I know that the Duke of Edinburgh is retired, but I would like to know how he is doing. He's doing absolutely fine. I mean, of course, they aren't going to issue weekly updates on his health, but no news is good news. And of course, he was seen with the Queen about a week and a half ago. Was it last week? This time last week, maybe. He was out and about. And as far as we're aware, he's fine. No news, most definitely, is good news. Joni says, how about a live chat from my garden a little bit earlier in the day? Well, it would have to be because it would be very dark outside. Maybe I could do a little live stream chat from the garden. I could do it from my phone, actually, maybe. We'll see. Shining Star says, do I think that William and Harry and Meghan will get to meet Trump? Yes, I do. And of course, it has been confirmed that President Trump will be visiting the UK and that he will be meeting the Queen. And he will be ending his visit, I do believe, up in Scotland, where he actually has a golf course, a very big golf course. H.A. London is trying to predict who Prince Louis's godparents will be. Now, of course, the baptism, the christening is on Monday. And I'm afraid I have no idea. I mean, just like we didn't really know who the bridesmaids and page boys were going to be for the wedding, I think they're going to make some unusual choices. We will have to wait and see because literally we don't know. I mean, they haven't published any information on this beforehand. As far as I'm aware, there have been no leaks. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And I'm afraid that's all I can offer you on that one. Clay Edwards would love to be a fly on the wall when Trump meets Harry and Meghan. Hello to Joanne. China says, you are becoming my favourite Saturday evening entertainment. You tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern time in the USA. Well, thank you so much. It's really lovely to get this opportunity each week to be able to talk to you guys because, you know, you're the people that watch the videos. And it's really nice to talk to like-minded people who are interested in the monarchy. In my daily life, you know, not everybody is interested in the monarchy. I don't always get a chance to talk to people. Of course, in the week, I try and read as many comments as I can in the comment section. You know, I'm always liking all the comments that I've read. Or if I really agree with a comment, I'll give it a little heart. But generally in the week, I don't have, that many people to talk to who are interested in the monarchy like I am. So it's really nice once a week for us all to come together as a community and chat about the royal family. Rhonda says, I didn't see the spoof. I will have to find it. Sounds like fun. It's the last video I uploaded on my channel apart from this live chat. So you won't have far to look. James Med4 says, the role of page boy for the Queen at Order of the Thistle is sometimes amusing when the Queen changes direction or stops abruptly. Can you imagine the talk from his parents before? That is always interesting. But the Queen did amazingly well because it was really, really hot. She was wearing those really heavy robes and she was walking so well down those steps into the car. Yeah, she did amazingly well. And, we cannot even begin to imagine how hot it is under those robes. It was hot for me in a t-shirt. So imagine wearing those robes. She did exceptionally well. No, the christening will not be broadcast live, but we will see on the news and in photographs and probably video clips of the arrivals and departures. Jamie says, the Queen at Holyrood. Hello, this is the Queen of the Realm speaking. I'm sure she would say that. Although if she was emulating Hyacinth Bouquet, she may say, the Windsor residence, Queen of the Realm speaking, or words to that effect. But I would love to hear her say, this is not the Chinese takeaway. Rhonda says, what did you think of Prince Charles's friend calling Meghan common? I hadn't heard that. Did he? Well, I'm going to give him a big fake fan flap if he did. There we go. Okay, not a big fake fan flap. If he did say that, then I'm going to give him a naughty fan flap. And I'm going to fan him away because that's just rude. Not very nice at all. And if he hasn't got anything nice to say, he should keep his mouth shut. Marilyn says, everyone, please remember to give this chat a big old thumbs up. There's a nice gathering of us in the live chat today. There is indeed. In fact, probably the past 3 to 4 weeks has been a really good bunch with no problematic people, because sometimes we do get some problems and Jamie normally deals with them very deftly, but the last 3 to 4 weeks we've had a really good bunch of people and I couldn't have wished for better. So if you are enjoying this chat, all 202 of you, give it a big old thumbs up. It takes a second. I'll just sit back and wait for you. Okay, I'm just waiting for you to hit that big old thumbs up. Okay, done. Okay, I'll carry on then. Gerald says, true, it is Big Bird yellow, but looking good. You see, it's Big Bird yellow. Midnight Hazel says, is it true Catherine is pregnant? No, fake, 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 fake. A big old fake fan flap. Fake news, she is not pregnant as far as we know, nothing official. But like I said before, I do think at some point she will have baby number 4, but not yet. It definitely doesn't follow her regular form. Sweet Trinity says, so well said. Meghan looked amazing. She did. People saying always a big thumbs up for me. Please hit the thumbs up. First Mrs. R says Meghan can wear very strong colours well. She can indeed. I wish I could, because citrus colours, lime green, yellow, all these kind of like fluorescent-y type colours look absolutely dreadful on my skin tone. I cannot wear them. They look horrible. Any kind of acidic colour just looks, ugh, it washes me out. I'm far too pale. But Meghan can wear these colours amazingly, and I think she should totally wear these colours because she looks stunning. Big Bird yellow is going to be the new thing. I can feel it. His Majesty Steve is back after a long absence. Would have been watching on catch up. Hello to you, Steve, and welcome back live. Mrs. BSN says, lots of laughter at Big Bird yellow. It was a striking colour and so glad that she wore something other than pink or blush pink. I agree. Or nude. She sometimes wears nude. She also was able to wear a brighter colour to stand out, just like Her Majesty does. But Her Majesty was not there. Yes, the Queen, Meghan did not outshine Her Majesty because Her Majesty wasn't there, but she did stand out and just looked fabulous. She really did. Hats off to Meghan. She looked stunning. Dee Dee says, no way Meghan will ever meet the wicked siblings. A brother, her dad in... Yeah, well, okay. There is still ongoing Markle debacles. We do not know how her relationship is with her father. She hasn't commented on it. We don't, we aren't going to get an official comment on it unless, of course, he says something. I do wish, and I said this in the past few weeks, I do wish the palace would take things in hand and just really try and sort it out. It's unprecedented. They don't normally take this step, but I think, and I've said this before, unless they do intervene somehow, it's just going to carry on. It's not going to be good for Meghan. I just don't think her father quite gets it. I don't think he truly understands the implications of his actions. And I just wish the palace would advise, strongly advise, on how to deal with the press, what to say, what not to say. And then maybe, their relationship will have a chance. And of course, we don't know the state of their relationship anyway, but I think the palace does need, in this case, to kind of step in, because Thomas Markle doesn't really know what he's doing at all. He really doesn't. And I don't believe he's necessarily doing it with a malicious intent, maybe for financial gain slightly, but I just don't think he really understands the implications. And I just wish that the palace would intervene somehow. Dawn is in the house. Hello to you, Dawn. Lady Buckingham. Laurie Clark is looking forward to the christening. Sweet Serenity says thank you for the history lesson. Jojo says Big Bird would be proud. The Duchess of Sussex looked stunning. She did indeed. Okay, who wore Big Bird yellow better? Meghan or Big Bird? Let me know in the comment section below. Just a fun comment. I think I know who wore it better, to be fair. First Minister Zara says, I stumbled on some amusing fake news. Oh no, Princess Beatrice is pregnant. We've had that already. The whole article is about her is trying to shut the rumour down. Can I get a fake news pamphlet? I've already fake news pamphleted it, but it is so ludicrous. You can have another fake news pamphlet, because my goodness. Oh, fake pregnancy baby news. Who thinks these things up? Kathleen says, what members of the royal family are expected to attend Prince Louis' christening? We don't know. I mean, probably we might see Catherine. I'd imagine that's the kind of event that, well, we'll definitely see Catherine. Of course, she's the mother. I was thinking Meghan. I got the two mixed up. I think we will see Meghan, is what I meant to say, and not Catherine. Because, of course, Catherine is the mother. She's going to be there. I'm getting my Meghans and Catherines mixed up. Yes, I think we will see Meghan and Harry there to lend support. They may even be godparents. It would certainly be very nice. I mean, I know I wouldn't speculate on who the godparents may be previously, but I do have a little inkling, maybe Meghan and Harry. But, we'll see, I think, some unusual choices. Laurie Clark says, saw a news story about tours of Clarence House. Am I interested in going, or have you done that before? I haven't done it before, and there is so much I would like to do in London, so I would really love to do it. But I don't know how much you can film around those places. But I would certainly love to show my journey, and wherever I could film, if I could film, I would do for you. Vicky P says, I wonder if Trump will see that balloon of him while he's there. Yes, there is a huge balloon, a helium balloon of Trump that protesters have made. And just Google balloon Trump, and I'm sure it'll come up. It's quite a hideous creation, I must say. And I think they are planning on flying it when he's there. So undoubtedly, he probably will see it. What he will make of it, I have no clue. Maria is off because she has to start cooking chilies. Okay, have fun cooking your chilies. H.A. London says, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are so in love. I feel happy watching them. Together they create magic. How perfect it was that they met and fell in love. They have brought so much joy to so many people and united so many people too, which I think is really, really good. Mrs. BSN says, I'm hoping that Meghan and Harry take an extra day or two away and can miss Trump. Otherwise, she will smile and get through it. Hopefully, she will not have to sit near him for dinner. I think they'll be there, and I think they probably will meet him. Susan Sachs says, my cheerleader is late, but you're here. Hello to you, Susan. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Yes, please do. And there's 200 watching now, so And hello to the 200 who are still watching. Arnold Sanders says, Meghan won't meet Trump, not on a state visit. He will just meet the Queen. You don't know. I mean, it's unofficially not an official visit, but we will have to wait and see. Joni is off. Goodbye to you, Joan. Dawn says, why did Prince Edward get an earldom and not a dukedom? Is it because they know eventually he would become the Duke of Edinburgh? Yes, it was always mooted that Prince Edward was always going to be the Duke of Edinburgh when his father dies. So as to kind of show progression, if you like, they didn't give him a separate dukedom. They gave him an earldom, and he was very, very happy with that. And he chose Wessex, which is one that he liked the sound of. Jamie says, maybe Louis might be the first of the Cambridge children to have a Middleton as a godparent. Again, we really just don't know. I think there may be some surprising choices, just like Meghan and Harry chose for the bridesmaids and bridegrooms. You know, it's an opportunity for Catherine and William to kind of break that mold a little bit and basically choose who they want. You know, it's their third child. They can pretty much have who they want, and I think they will do. So let's wait for a few interesting choices. Clay Edwards says, Meghan's class outshines Melania's by far. She wouldn't be caught dead in a I don't care jacket. The whole family is trash. Oh, my goodness. Gerald says, the Queen should take Trump for a drive and say, oh, look at that lovely balloon. No. Don't show Trump the balloon. Laurie Clark says, thank you. I forgot about the thumbs up. Done. Give me a big old thumbs up. Pam G says, I look forward to your live chat every week. I love the British monarchy. Don't let me forget the other packages, by the way. David says, in my video on my garden, I mentioned Princess Diana. Were those her favourite flowers? I missed the significance of those on a video. Okay. It's a commemorative clematis. It was named after her because it was thought that the colour kind of resembled her and the delicateness of the flower kind of looked like her as far as a flower can look like a person. So if you type in the search of my channel and you type in Princess Diana clematis, you will see the first video I made of the clematis when I very first got it. It was a present off my mother, and I planted it at the end of September, I think it was, about 3 years ago. So find that video, because in that video I've included a photograph of the clematis pink with a photograph of Princess Diana wearing exactly the same pink. It's exactly the same shade of pink. So do go and check that out. I would imagine that's why it was named after her, but it is a commemorative clematis. I planted it so that it would be ready for the 20th anniversary of her passing. And this is now the 3rd year that I've had it. I had it in September, then it was the 20th anniversary, and then it's this year. So, you know, two and a bit years, I suppose you could say, I've had it. And that was the significance of it in the video. Just in case you were wondering what the link was between my garden and the royal family, that is it. Mrs. BSN says, be sure to read the article. It was horrible. Well, it sounds like a must read. Diana says, who is Hyacinth Bucket? I saw her on your video. I don't know anything about her. She is a 90s British sitcom character who liked to think that she was above her station in life. And she basically thought that she was the queen, or certainly the queen of her area. You can watch the episode. You can buy the episodes on DVD. There was 5 series, and it is British comedy at its best. And I absolutely love the character Hyacinth Bouquet, and I'm sure you will too. Oh no, Keontae Kent thinks that Thomas Markle and Junior were staging the photographs again in California. I hope not. Rhonda says, loving you. Thank you so much. John Pope says, 208 here and only 92 have liked this chat. Please give me a big old thumbs up. Yes, please do hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know that you like the video, and more importantly, it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying it, so it pushes it to more people. Countess Bavaria says, well, I must say you look very cool. Thank you so much. In this heat, I'm trying. Linda P. Golan says, I could probably wear a pale yellow. Oh, I don't know. I don't wear much yellow. I have one yellow top, and that is literally about it. There we go. Just had to adjust something. Jojo says, please tell us about the feather brooch you're wearing. They are actual Scottish, they're called Scottish plume, and they are Scottish feathers that my nan bought from Scotland when she visited, and I inherited them, and I wear them, I suppose, when there's anything Scottish going on. And I think Holyrood Week is an example of Scottishness, so I thought I would wear them today. So these are family pieces. I'm not sure if you can see. There you go. Can you see? So yes, they are my Scottish plume brooches. Vivian says, first time on chat. I think Charles's friend was talking about Meghan's father. And Laurel says, do you think Harry still gets nervous during public engagements? He seemed very bashful in the Commonwealth reception, and Meghan seemed to be comforting him. Cute. I think she was looking proudly. She seemed like a proud look to me. I think he's a lot more relaxed with speeches, although, you know, whenever you've got the eyes of the world on you and you're in front of a big audience, it must get a little bit jittery at times, although he's a lot more experienced now than he was before. And I think he gives really good speeches, and he certainly gives really good speeches from the heart, which I think is good. MS Tack says, is it likely Prince Charles would choose Arthur as king? Attention getting at last. No, I don't. I think, you know, he can only go by the names that he was christened with. I do think it will be a continuation. I think he'll continuate from his grandfather, King George VI, and I think he will choose George. Out of all of his names, including the Arthur, I think he will choose George and become George VII. That is my prediction, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Nothing official has been ever said about that intention. Hello to Deborah. No, I didn't see the pictures of Thomas Sr. and Jr. meeting at the Mexican border. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment on it. Marin says, what did you think of the Piers Morgan article in the Daily Mail about Meghan and her father? I can't believe he would comment on a personal family matter. That is one article I didn't read. Mainly, I suppose, because I'm getting a bit tired of the Markle debacle scenario, and I just wish that it would be sorted. I just wish that the palace, as I said before, would come in, step in, take some kind of a lead role and just sort it out, because it's just getting a bit too much. It's like a soap opera, and it shouldn't be like a soap opera. Vicky P says, I think Meghan should give a sit-down interview like Diana, like a Diana Sawyer style, for speaking about her family to put an end to it all. I don't think she will do a sit-down interview. That's definitely not the angle that the palace is coming from. But they could privately try and sort it out, which is what I've been saying. And yes, everyone must watch Keeping Up Appearances. Hyacinth Bucket Bouquet is a scream. HA London says, you make very respectful points about Mr. Markle. I very much agree with you. I don't think he's inherently a bad man. I just think he's very misguided. He's taking really bad advice, and he just doesn't understand the implications of his actions and what they are doing to Meghan. You know, I think he does love Meghan, but you know, he needs to understand that loving her is keeping this zipped. Clay Edwards says, I agree. I am an entertainment publicist, and when people like him are thrust into the spotlight, they have no idea how to handle it. Fame is a weird thing. Yes, and considering he worked in the entertainment industry, he was very much behind the camera, and I can kind of believe that he didn't really know or understand much of what went on outside of the studio. I think he was, probably very involved in studio life. But then what happened afterwards, knew nothing of whatsoever, which is kind of unusual to get your head around. But I just don't think he understands the whole thing at all. And Mrs. BSN says the Duchess wore the Big Bird yellow better. Okay, people saying Meghan wore it better. Lots of people tired about hearing about Thomas Markle. Laurie Clark would love for Charles to choose George VII. And yes, fake news. Catherine pregnant with 4th child. Fake, fake, fake. Deirdre thinks I'm being too generous to Thomas Markle. You think he got the same advice as Meghan's mum, but he chooses money over his daughter. Like I said, I did think there was an element of money involved. But inherently, I don't think he's a bad man. First Mrs. R says, I think the palace is trying to rein Thomas Markle in, but you don't think they can. They're probably hoping all of this hoopla will go away over the next few months. He is hoping, but I don't think it will. Hello to Rochelle, who is late today, but hello. Mrs. BSN says, as an American, the balloon is a brilliant move. You're either going to love the balloon or you're going to hate the balloon, but just Google the balloon and then you'll know what your opinion is. Jojo says, nude? Where on earth did you see Meghan in the nude? Fake news. Okay, have I created my own fake news again? No, I have not seen Meghan in the nude. I've seen Meghan wearing nude. Nude, the colour nude, which is like a natural skin tone nude. Not in the nude. That would be horrendous. In fact, I'm going to hide behind my fan to see Meghan in the nude. Oh my goodness, no. Please, no. I definitely don't want to see Meghan in the nude. Shining Star says, Piers Morgan does not care about the well-being of the Markles. He just wants to sell papers. Well, he's not in the paper industry anymore, but he does work on Good Morning Britain, a popular UK breakfast morning television programme, daily. Jamie says, here we go, twirling down the fake news tunnel. I agree. Sue says, can you please keep Trump with you? We are done with him. No, you can have him back when he's done. Rhonda says, Sue, good one. I'm just skipping down a few comments. No new news on Princess Beatrice's wedding yet, but of course I will let you know as soon as I hear or see anything. Rochelle thinks Meghan looked better in the Big Bird yellow. She's like a ray of sunshine. I would agree. Apulia 2001 says, how about talking about Princess Eugenie's wedding for a change? She seems to be quite nice. She may not be a major royal, but her wedding is coming up too. The reason why I haven't is because we don't know much. We don't know anything else about it. But as soon as I do, I will let you know. I mean, we can speculate about what she's going to wear, blah, blah, blah. But everyone got Meghan's outfit completely wrong. Although the one thing I think we can pretty much say is that she will wear the York family tiara, which was the tiara that Sarah was given as a present for her wedding. So I think we can pretty much say that she's going to wear the York tiara. But again, nothing confirmed. There's not too many details to be able to tell you. So I'm afraid I can't spill that tea. Laurie Clark says, keeping up appearances here in the US, it was PBS. Okay, so there you go, PBS. You might be able to see it on Netflix, otherwise try YouTube. The YouTube ones aren't too good. They've kind of slowed down the sound to get through copyright rules, that kind of thing. But you can buy the box sets. You can buy the box sets on Amazon. So just go look there. You can buy the box set, and then you've got the whole set to watch at your leisure whenever you want on DVD. It's really easy. So just look for it on Amazon. That's where I got my box set from. Vicky P loves BritBox. I think is a TV station, I do believe. Laurie Clark says, I saw something about Princess Eugenie announcing that she has been suffering from a spinal condition. She has scoliosis, and it's been known for a very long time that she has scoliosis, which is a curvature of the spine. And it's not a new announcement. It's just, you know, something someone in the media has picked up on and kind of regurgitated and kind of pretending like it's new news. It's not new news. It's been known that she's had scoliosis, a slight curvature of the spine, for a very, very, very long time. So it's not new news, but it's not fake news. It's real news, but it's not new news. It's old news that's been regurgitated. I hope her wedding will be televised too, but I don't think it will. I think we'll just see the comings and goings like we did at Zara's. Sheila says, you will not see the royal family interviewing with Mr. Markle, short of kidnapping and holding him in the palace. A section of tabloid media will get to him. They are determined to milk this as news. Send him to the Tower. If you send him to the Tower, you can ensure that he will not utter a word to anybody. Gerald says, tea of the day. It's my normal tea, and thank you for reminding me to drink. I do have a slightly sore throat today, so I will drink and replenish my fluids. And it's in my London cup with all my London things on it. Look, all the London landmarks. I'm hoping you can see. And it keeps my tea really hot. Look, you can see the steam. Look. Can you see the steam? It's my tea. But unfortunately, no tea to spill on Eugenie's wedding. Okay, I'm just skipping through a few comments. Nora says, how about opening another gift box? Gerald wants another box. Jamie wants another box. Okay. Let me just get down a few comments, then I will open another box. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Okay. Jamie says, I'm the only one who can tell the difference between Beatrice and Eugenie. Beatrice is the one that looks more like Sarah. That's the way that I always remember it. I always think that Eugenie looks a lot more like Andrew and Beatrice looks a lot more like Sarah. That's the way that I remember it. Although it's easy to get the names mixed up in just conversation. It really is. Okay, lots of people wanted me to open. Mrs. BS N09 says, I have scoliosis and was diagnosed 4 decades ago. HJ London says, I am 105 subs away from 58,000. Wow. I can't believe how it keeps going up. Let's try to get there by next Saturday. I hope in the chat room will continue to recommend your channel. Yes, please like and share my videos. It really does help to spread the word about the channel. And yes, what should I do for 60,000 subscribers? And I hope I do make it by next week. Laurie Clark says, thanks for clearing that up. I didn't know they made it sound like it was new. They have a really good habit of making old things sound like new when they've got nothing new to say. But yes, it's been common knowledge for a long time. Jamie says, the news was that this week she realised X-ray photos of her back showing metal things. Oh, she released them. Yes, but it's not new news that she's got scoliosis. It's just not. It's been, you know, old news. Just ugh, it's been regurgitated out. Okay, shall I do? B Walk says, love the London Cup. Can see the steam. And no, Beatrice is not engaged. It's Eugenie. And yes, she did have surgery on her spine when she was a lot younger, which is why we know about it. And yes, she posted her X-ray on TV in honour of Scoliosis Awareness Day. But it's not new news, it's old news. Okay. James Medford says, a possibility for a godparent may be a Mountbatten relative, since his name is Louis. Could be. Could be. Laurie Clark says, Beatrice to me is a combination of both parents, but Eugenie has her father's hair colour. And yes, I have seen The Royals, that programme that I will not watch because it's just obviously written with anti-monarchist sentiments, which I refuse to watch. And I don't find it funny. at all. And no, I haven't seen Meghan or heard any Meghan news about her watching the tennis, but that's not to say that she won't. I just haven't heard anything. Joanne Robbins says Eugenie is dark. Yes, she is darker haired. And Beatrice she does have light hair, but it's a lot more of a red tone, I can see. Whether or not you agree, I think it's more reddish like Sarah. Okay, I am going to open another parcel. Which one? Let's have this one. So, I pre-opened the flaps, but I haven't looked inside. There is a card, but I think I'm going to open the present first before I do the card. So I'll just pop that to one side. Okay. Hang on. This is what I can see. It's one of those lovely Amazon gift bags. Now, Amazon do send their gifts, a lot of the gifts, in really nice bags. So it says, a gift for you. Can I see? Oh, hang on. Okay. There is a card here. Oh, a bit of paper. Right, hang on. It might tell me who it's from. Oh, it's from Sharon Nichols. Thank you so much, whatever it is. Thank you. And a gift note from Sharon Nichols. I hope that maybe I can someday see this put together. There's a clue. I think I might know what it is now. Thank you for all your hard work and all you do for all your royal watchers. From Sharon Nichols. Well, thank you so much, Sharon. And I think the clue gave it away because you said about putting something together. Now, the only thing that I can think of that I put on my list that was putting together. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But here is the bag. Da, da, da. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm always bad with these ties. Okay. I love the bow. Do you know what? My cats are going to love the ribbon, actually. I'll save the ribbon for the cats. Right. It's very well wrapped. Oh, okay. What could it be? It is. I can see it. It is Buckingham Palace Lego. Wow. It's Lego architecture. Buckingham Palace. Wow. Built, extended and redesigned over the last 300 years, Buckingham Palace remains the official residence of the British royal family and is one of London's most iconic landmarks. Wow, look. Okay. I'm hoping you can see. So there we have it. It's Lego. Wow. I'm not going to open this in case bits go everywhere, but my good. Wow. They got a little cute London red bus. Look. Look at the Lego bus. Wow. And the little Victoria Memorial. Oh, and the flag. Okay, I love it. Ages 12 and up. I think I'll be able to cope. So the idea is I wanted this so that I could put it as a backdrop piece on my table. Wow. Thank you so much, Sharon. I do love my my Lego. It's amazing. It's something for me to do when I'm on my holidays as well, which is coming up very soon, my own summer holidays. I'm a bit like the Queen. I have the summer holidays roughly the same time as the Queen. So thank you so much to Sharon. It's a really lovely gift, and I will enjoy putting that together. So we have one more gift to go, which I will open a little bit later, so stay tuned. Marilyn says, I love an unboxing. Cynthia says, oh my God, awesome gift. Susan wishes me good luck with my new project of Lego. And Dee Dee says, did not know Charles and Camilla were on MasterChef. I'm really starting to like them. They seem like a fun-loving couple. Yes, they've done a piece for Australian MasterChef. Claire says, I love that Lego set. I want it for my office. Very cool. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Monroe Taylor says, I would love to send you a gift one day. And the Amazon wish list is there. Follow the link in the description, and there are loads of different things that you can choose from, but they are all things that I can use for the channel in some way or other. Diamond Renee says, congratulations on the gift, not the grift. HJ London says, how fun, love surprises. Wow. Okay, and James Metaphor thinks that Beatrice is strawberry blonde. Okay, wow. Okay, Sharon is here as well. Sharon says, can't wait to see it together. I can't wait to put it together. Kathleen loves the bag it comes in. The bags are lovely. I've actually kept quite a few of the bags. And the cats really enjoyed the ribbon as well. The first Mrs. R says, is it true there will be no balcony appearance after Trooping the Colour in 2019 because of the renovations at Buckingham Palace, or is it fake news? Well, we don't know is the true answer. I'm not going to call it fake news because there is work going on at the palace, and we don't know if that particular section is actually going to be being done at that time. But let's not forget that Big Ben is also being renovated, and even though the clocks have been dismantled, they are still put together for the set piece events such as New Year's night, where they will still chime. So I'm thinking that even if there is work going on right behind the balcony, I think that they will still allow access to the royals for the balcony appearance just for that time. So I'm thinking that work will be planned around Trooping the Colour so that we will still get a balcony appearance, because that is one of the main set piece events of the day. So we can't actually say. It's one of those things where we actually don't know. We are going to have to wait and see, but I think it's highly unlikely it will be closed off. I think they will leave that open or schedule work around it so that they can still take part and we can still see them at Trooping the Colour. But as of yet, there is no official word on if they will or won't. But I think it's likely they will still make an appearance. Jamie says, looks like Harry and Meghan in the background have shrank. And they have. The life size is now mini. Kasaya Coco says, you look fantastic in that pink. Thank you so much. It's my nod to London Gay Pride. And, of course, the Edinburgh Scottish plume is a nod to Royal Week. I think I need to adjust that one. There we go. And I also have my crown that was gifted last week. B. Walker says, Sharon, you rock. Mrs. VSN says, I watched the Lifetime movie today for the first time, and although a lot of writer ads, yes, they will never know the real conversations that go on, but you love how it ended with the real Harry and Meghan at first outing. With these sort of adaptations, they are never going to know what the private conversations are, but if you watch it with that in mind, you can get some enjoyment from it. But of course, you have to kind of be able to separate in your head the fact from the fiction, from the speculation. And if you can do that, then I'm sure you can get some enjoyment from it. But just remember that, you know, you run the risk if you watch it of confusing fact with fiction. And sometimes when you watch something, fact and fiction can get muddled in your head. So as long as you're sure that you know that you can pick out what is fact and what is fiction, then feel free to watch it. But I generally don't like those sorts of adaptations. I generally don't like watching them myself. Okay. Let's go back up. Okay. Jamie says, M says, I can't stop staring at mini Harry and Meghan. They are really cool. I like them. And I've also got Piper Bear out because of Holyrood week. So Piper Bear is in the background. Okay, let's go to Christine says, I was wondering when William becomes Prince of Wales, will he be Duke of Cornwall and of Cambridge? Well, this is what I think will happen. So at the moment, he's the Duke of Cambridge. When the Queen dies and the King, Charles becomes king, William will automatically inherit the Duchy of Cornwall as the heir to the throne. So he will be the Duke of Cornwall. Now, as far as I'm aware, one doesn't trump the other. So at that point, he will be both. He will be the Duke of Cambridge and the Duke of Cornwall, and he will hold both dukedoms. But what is likely is that he will be made the Prince of Wales, which isn't automatic. It would have to be conferred on him by his father, the king. as he would be at that point. So if, which is likely, he will be made the Prince of Wales, then that title will trump both dukedoms, and he will be referred to as His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. And Catherine will be Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales, and their children will be Prince and Princess George, Charlotte, Louis of Wales, very much in the same way that William and Harry were when they were younger. So that is what will happen. And of course, when William is king, the dukedom of Cambridge will revert back to the crown and will be available to be regifted as a dukedom when the time arises. And of course, then the Duchy of Cornwall, the Dukedom of Cornwall, will go to the heir at that time, which will be George. So that is roughly how it will work out, we think, right now. Kasaya says topless pictures of the Duchess of Sussex are photoshopped. As far as I'm aware, there are no real photos out there of Meghan topless. Jamie says, I went to the wedding too, bought myself a nice green outfit. They gave me a nice seat right at the top, and they even left a seat in front of me empty so I could say, you're not the Queen. Susan says, if you go to my channel, I did upload some video vlogs. I sat in a bus stop right on the street and had a bird's eye view of the couple. I didn't go down to the long walk. And wow, it must have been really good to have actually been there. I really enjoyed watching it on the TV. To be honest, you can see pretty much everything on the TV, but to have soaked up that atmosphere, I think would have been really, really special. Joanne Robbins says, will Harry and Meghan become the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge? No, they won't become the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They will stay the Duke and Duchess of Sussex all the way through their life. Rochelle says, it looks like the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's engagement picture on the table there. Yes, it was their engagement interview, I suppose, when they came out and announced their engagement and showed the ring. That was taken from them, and it came with the big cardboard cutout, which you may have seen on the run-up to the wedding, which I had behind me for most weeks on that run-up. That's a mini version, and it came with the big version. Well, why not? Why not give a mini version with the big version? Step 226 says, thanks for explaining that. I hope I explained it okay. And Christine says, thanks too. Susan says, the crowd was amazing, such a festive atmosphere. If I had to be among 100,000 people, that's the crowd I would want to be with. Music and street dancing after. And you flew from the US to go. Wow, that was some journey to make. And I think there was quite a lot of other nationals that came to wish Harry and Meghan all the best. And certainly when they were interviewing the crowds, there were so many different nationalities that were being interviewed. Okay, now I just need to make sure that I haven't missed anything really important. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about the Queen's death. Ah, where's the blackness of the fan? The Queen's death. Okay, the Queen's death caused some controversy this week. Not the actual Queen's death. Talk about the Queen's death, I should say. So this week we had an operation called Castle Dove, which was where ministers were rehearsing for the eventuality of the Queen's death. And of course, because it was news, it was being talked about, I made a video about Castle Dove, and also which kind of led on to what will happen when the Queen dies. So that's two separate videos. And I couldn't believe how many people were saying, you know, that we shouldn't be talking about the Queen's death and all the rest of it. And of course, you know, I totally kind of agree with those comments in the most part. You know, I don't think it is particularly nice to be talking about the Queen's death, but I'm a realist, and the realism is, the situation is that eventually that is what will happen. It will happen to all of us. Eventually, the Queen will pass away. It'll be a very, very sad day, and we hope, I think all of us hope, that that won't happen for a very, very long time. We at least, hope and expect the Queen to live as long as her mother did. At least we think. She's certainly on the right track as of yet, health-wise, to make that milestone, maybe even surpass it. But eventually, it's going to happen. And just like with the Queen Mother, rehearsals take place. The main rehearsal for the actual funeral, and also what will happen following the initial announcement, which is what this Castle Dove was for the ministers. And I think it's very pertinent to know that a plan is in place, ready for that eventuality. I think it's quite comforting to know that everything is planned and arranged so that when it does happen, there isn't going to be mass panic, there isn't going to be mass confusion. Things will be dealt with sensitively. And I think that, if we didn't have these rehearsals and it happened and there was complete chaos, people would be saying, well, why didn't you plan for it? You had all this time. We know how old she is. Why didn't you plan? Well, they have planned, and people are moaning that perhaps they shouldn't be talking about it, blah, blah, blah. But like I say, the story was out there. People were talking about it, and I'm a realist, so I decided to cover it on there. So I hope people, didn't get the wrong idea about the story, but I think it's really pertinent for people to know that there is a plan in place should it happen. But I think all of us, obviously, don't want to see that happen for a very, very long time. And like I say, I think the Queen is on track to live at least as long as her mother. So we wish the Queen all the very best of health and happiness. Let's go to the comment section. Jamie says, yes, there were many nationalities on TV. I remember watching at one point and there was a man from Liverpool. Okay. Jamie says, hope the Queen doesn't die in my lifetime. Am I asking for too much? Yes. I think she will definitely in your lifetime, seeing as you're 16. But I think we can expect her to live at least as long as her mother. Dee says, absolutely, the Queen's death must be discussed and rehearsed. Still, I must be incredibly odd where you are the one being discussed. Yes, it must be odd, but she knows. I mean, she's not daft. She knows the score, and she knows that exactly the same thing happened with her mother as well. Gerald says, what if Charles dies before the Queen? Then William is the next heir. Joyce says, do you think maybe in preparation for do you think the rehearsals are for in preparation of Prince Philip instead of the Queen? No, I think it would be the Queen. Prince Philip has indicated that he doesn't want a full state funeral. His funeral will probably be more in line with Princess Diana's funeral than a full state funeral. And of course, the funeral of a monarch is a full state funeral. It's, it will be full pomp and circumstance as befitting the monarch. And I think that is what it's about. I think it's definitely about the Queen, not about Prince Philip. He will have his own arrangements in place being discussed about and rehearsed. Clay Edwards says, I know, could you imagine? And her code word is London Bridge has fallen. It is indeed. Imagine hearing the song. Yes, it's the code word for the Queen has passed is London Bridge has fallen. And the operation was Castle Dove that they've been rehearsing for the ministers, just to save any confusion. Diamond Janae says, it reminds us of our own mortality. It does indeed, and everybody has their time to go. Marilyn thinks that Her Majesty will live for another 10 years. I would agree with you there, 10 years or more. First Mrs. R says it's important to have a plan in place when the Queen dies. They probably have a plan for the Queen, Prince Philip, and Andrew, Edward, William and Harry. I would imagine they do. Beverly Nichols says, the Queen gets a cold and they practice her death. She's very healthy, it seems. Why did they make a big deal about her getting a cold? It wasn't about the cold. It was they practiced the Queen's London Bridge rehearsal every year for a long time now. But this was the first time that ministers have practiced what they will do following on from the Queen's death. But it wasn't in relation to her recent summer cold. It was just a summer cold, nothing to worry about whatsoever. Joanne says, Elliot, the Queen is here by supernatural anointings. We would wish she lives to 120 years. And it's a promise in Genesis 6.3. Prince Philip, we pray. I think she'll definitely, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, go as long as her mother, at least. In fact, I would probably say that the Queen is in better health now than what the Queen Mother was at the same age, I would say. StepTube says, what if Prince George passes the throne to Princess Charlotte? Then she would be queen, although I don't think he will. Monroe Taylor says, she's been queen all my life and I do want her to live forever. Dee Dee says, the First Mrs. Oh no, I don't want to think about the death of William and Harry, just no. And Kathy says, when Prince Charles becomes king, will he make Prince Harry's children prince and or princess? He won't make them. They will be. Under the current rules, once Charles becomes king, obviously Harry and Meghan's children, should they have them, when they have them, are the grandchildren of a king, which means that they automatically, doesn't matter what they are born into currently, they will be princes and princesses by birthright once Charles becomes king. Although, when Meghan and Harry do have children, if they have children, the Queen could issue letters patent to make them princes and princesses anyway. But there's no real need to, because she will know that once Charles is king, that they will be that status and title anyway. Jamie says, well, at 92, I guess you could say London Bridge is falling down. It's not. It's quite stable. It has very firm foundations. Finlay says, can I open the other box? Yes, I will open the other box. I will just take a swig of my drink and then I will open the other box. Okay, other box. Right. Okay, it's a big box. It's a very big box. Again, it was sent by Amazon Prime. Let's lift the flap. Flap. Oops. Flap. Flap. Okay, I can see paper. Oh, I can see what it is. Right, hang on. Okay. There's a card. It says, a gift note from Hot Dog Hill Sanctuary. Enjoy your gift from Pam G. Thank you, Pam. Wow. Okay, thank you, Pam, so much. Now look, it's all paper, mostly. Get rid of the paper. Okay, so, pulling it out. It's a tripod. I put this on my list not so long ago. It is a tripod for my mobile phone, because a lot of the time when I'm out and about, or if I'm just filming something really quickly, I use my phone, and so far I don't have anywhere to really put my phone. I have this kind of holder which works if I'm near a window, that I can suction it to a window and put my camera in, but I have nothing to hold it up if I'm on a table or anything like that. So I put this on so that I could use my phone to film if I'm on a table. So I'm just wondering if you can see that there. And this will be amazing. So thank you so much to Pam. I won't get it out and open it, but it is something. Like I said, all the things on the wish list are things that I can use or show or eat or use as props for the channel. So this will help me with my videos. It's a really good piece of equipment. When I read all the reviews of it, it was really good. So I look forward to using this. Now the reason, I might like to explain actually, the reason why I use my phone to film videos like the Princess Diana Clematis video or those types of videos is because I do have a proper camcorder, which is really, really good. But the laptop, this thing that I'm filming from now with the webcam, is not made for editing video footage. I bought it with the intention that it was just going to be for typing and lightly browsing the internet for research. Little did I know that I would be wanting to film vlogs out and about doing all kinds of things. When I did try to edit some footage, I think I tried something like half an hour's worth of footage. I edited with this horrible package on the computer, a half an hour video. It took 7 hours to upload. This computer cannot process a thing. So I've not been able to use my really lovely video camera for any videos because the laptop I've got can't cope with the footage. So I'm looking at buying a new laptop that I can edit video footage on quickly, something that will process it quickly, something that will upload quickly, because I can't wait 7 hours. It's so frustrating to upload a video that takes 7 hours. So what I would actually like to do is take this opportunity to ask you guys your opinions. Which laptop do you think is the best for editing footage on, that's quick, that's powerful and quick? I'm used to the iPhone, so I'm used to the iPhone iMovie editing software. So I was thinking a MacBook Pro. They are expensive, but you know, if it's a good tool to use, I don't mind. But is there anything else out there that people know of that's really, really good for uploading quality footage, HD footage? I really would like to know, because I really don't know. But anyway, thank you. Leave your comments on that, by the way. So thank you so much to Panji. That will be really good, and I can use it in my videos. So let's go straight to the comments and see what people are saying. Again, lots of wow, nice gifts. Time to date opening gifts is fun. Susan, very nice gift. A useful gift. Jamie says that's very nice, Pam. It is indeed. And it is a useful gift. Lots of people saying not a good gift. Good night to Nora, who is leaving. Jude says MacBook Air. Okay. Monroe Taylor says put it on the list. I cannot expect people to buy me. I cannot expect people to buy me a MacBook Pro. Okay. Claire Edwards says any Mac laptop would be amazing. They're really made for editing video and graphics, and they don't crash. Well, that's kind of what I want. I want something that's really easy to use and whatever. Lillian Rose says, I'm so glad you have that tripod. Thank you so much. Rochelle Cherry says, Benjina, my little niece, says hi. Hello to you, Benjina. And I think I missed a few comments going further up. Laurie Clark says, I understand that Anne and her husband rejected titles. They did indeed. But why were Edward and Sophie made Earl and Countess instead of Duke and Duchess? Because they have already been promised the Dukedom of Edinburgh when Philip dies. So that is why they were made an Earl and Countess. Beth says, what happens to Prince Philip if Queen Elizabeth dies before him? What would be his title? Would he still be consort? He would. It kind of works the same way as like a dowager. He would still be His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. Again, there would be no title change there at all, except he wouldn't be considered the consort of the Queen. That's basically pretty much it. Ruth says, I'm amazed at how well the Queen can walk down the steps. She must have had specific exercise regime. Well, of course, we know that she's still really fit because she still rides her horses. So yes, she was very light on her feet down those steps, still very able. Marilyn says, any Mac would be awesome. They last forever. See if you can buy a reconditioned one directly from Apple. Good idea. Do they do that? I didn't even know they did. You get a lovely price break and the reassurance of Apple. I didn't know you could do that. I'll have to look into that one. Clay Edwards says, or you can use an iPad Pro. It may be a cheaper option. There is a program called Fusion that will let you edit 4K video. I have never had a problem with it messing up. I do all my vids on my iPad now. I could look into that. The only problem would be that you can't add footage, I do believe, with an iPad. I don't think you can. I couldn't use my video camera, for example, and then transfer the footage onto the iPad. I don't think, unless some of you know some way of doing it that I really don't. Jamie says fake news. What's fake news? Julia says you won't be able to put your mobile on that, for there is no connection on your phone. Do you mean from phone to the MacBook, or the iPad? I have no idea. But I'm thinking I definitely want a laptop, really. DD says this may be a silly question, but if the Queen dies before Prince Philip, he will not be known as the Queen's. No, he won't be. No, he won't be like the Queen's pa. He would just be His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh. He would stay his current title until he passes away. Clay says you actually can add footage. There is a card reader, and you can get that goes in the power slot for iPod, and you can transfer footage. Oh, okay, I didn't know you could do that. Jamie says, can we see the teacup Meghan is swimming in? Okay, it does look like Meghan is swimming in a teacup, doesn't it? And if I remove the teacup, she'll probably fall over. The teacup is holding her up. Oh, Julia says to the tripod. Well, it was sold as that you can just put a phone in it. So I think, and I can see here, look, it's got a space for a phone. See? So I think it should work with my iPhone. Marilyn says, go down to the Apple website and scroll all the way down to the bottom for refurbished and clearance. I didn't know you could do that. I will take a look at that. StepTube26 says, I love your accent. British people talk lovely. Some British people talk lovely. Not all of us. But thank you so much for the compliment. Okay, so I'm going to leave the chat here this week. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Let me just check. I'm sure I've mentioned everything. I think I have indeed. So, this concludes today's episode of Talk of the Crown. I will be here next week at the same time, live at 10 o'clock GMT, which is British time. You can find out what that time is for you if you type it in Google. Just type in British time and it will tell you how many hours ahead or behind you are, and then you can work out what time that is in relation to 10 o'clock GMT. So I hope you've all had an amazing chat and an amazing week. We have another voluptuous royal week coming up, and I hope I will see you next week. So from me in Shropshire, goodbye.